I'm jumping on live here. I'm also going to be multitasking. And so I'm going to be chatting with you a little bit here as I'm multitasking, because that is mom life right there, right? If that is not mom life, I don't know what is, right? So we're always tagging and multitasking and all kinds of different things. So I'm going to tag a few people here as we get started. Okay, that should be good. All right. I don't know if it tagged them or not. Tagged. Yep, says tagged. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. So today I wanted to chat about, and sorry it's going to be a little bit like darker or whatever. I don't know what's going on, why it's being so dark like that. Let me turn on a light maybe. Let me try that. Okay. That should be a little better. Let me close the window. Hang on a second. That's mom life, right? The lighting is not always right. There we go. Should be a little bit better. Okay. Hello, Holly. Hi guys, so I am Beth from Mama's Life Hacks with Oils. I'm sorry that this is weird about the color. I don't know what's going on, so sorry about that. So I am multitasking today because that's what moms do, and I am making more snack bags for my kiddos for when they start school tomorrow. Give me a GIF or a heart or something if y'all are the same boat. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're starting school tomorrow. Like I'm excited, okay? I'm excited for them to like get out of the house and things, but at the same time, I just don't know. I don't think any of us feel prepared at all. So for our kids to go back to school. But today I'm going to be talking about my why I want to do Young Living, why I enjoy doing network marketing, why I have a team, why I spend time doing it. Yes, I love the oils, so you know that I absolutely love all of the oils. But for me, it's even more than just about the oils. So I wanted to kind of go into why I got started doing the business end of Young Living, because I feel like that's just important for people to know as we kind of move forward and working together, or even just friends and things. I've had people just ask me, and I think it's important to do a video on. So hopefully my phone will stay on enough and have enough battery. So let me just kind of jump into that. Like I said, I'm going to multitask. I'm still making some chips and different bags of things for my kids and snacks. So really my big why, like small term, okay? Big why is that my kids have all the resources that they need, okay? And let me explain a little bit more in that. So if you don't know, I've got 6 kiddos, 5 adopted and 1 biological. So they are ages 19 to 5, going to be 6 in January. Love them to pieces. Adopted through foster care. Each one of them, and even my biological as well, in some ways, I can explain more later, has had their own individual trauma. They require their own special approaches. They have their own special diagnoses, all of those things. And so when I think about getting help for my kids and finding the best help for them, it's not what's provided. And I think you know what I mean if you're a foster parent or adoptive parent, where the state does provide like Missouri Care insurance, and then they're also on my insurance as well, right? But that is not providing the resources that we even really need, right? Hey, Kelly. I'm going over my why I do Young Living and why I do network marketing and being able to help people. So in foster care and adoption, they only provide like state insurance. And as you can understand, I think a lot of you can relate that the insurance that they provide is not the best. It's very limiting. So that's just the insurance that they provide, but they also have like subsidy and some other programs. But again, the same scenario where they're very limiting. They don't provide the services that our kids really need. you know, and that is so frustrating when we talk about health care, right? We talk about health care. These are the services that they really need. Then we talk about mental health. Well, we're talking about therapists and psychiatrists and treatment programs and residential and acute care and all of those big picture things that become almost day-to-day life for a lot of the people that are in the foster care and adoption world. And I think as a mom, I think the most frustrating part for me was that my kids need services. They need help because they have had trauma, they have diagnoses, etc., that they can't really access. They're only given what's given. Hey, Leanne, they're only given what the bare minimum, right, that the state will pay. And that's so frustrating because my kids need more, right? And I think that I think a lot of parents actually can relate to this. I'm going to go over here so I can charge my phone. Can relate to this in general. You know, your insurance won't cover this, right? And maybe your kid has special needs, or maybe they have medical diagnoses that really insurance doesn't cover, right? Yes, yes, Wendy, I love it. So whatever it may be, right? The insurance isn't covering it, that we can't find the right therapist within our program because it's not covered by our insurance, right? Or that we can't afford it, right? Because there's a lot of programs out there that you can't use, rotate your phone, okay, that are out there that we can't even access. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? Because we are not able to access them due to our insurance or due to us being able to financially afford them. So that is my why. It's my step one why as to why I'm doing Young Living and why I really want to do network marketing. So bare minimum, I want to be able to have money to be able to help my kids with the resources that they need. And I think, you know, like I said, a lot of moms can relate to that, whether you're in the foster care or adoption community or not. There are things that your kids need that you can't provide. And I think a lot of moms feel that pressure, whether your kid has special needs or not. Right. Kelly says, I have a friend in the same position. I really like the why you are doing this and your passion. Yes, thank you, Kelly. So that's my biggest why, right, at first. And then obviously I want financial freedom. Everybody wants that, right? But for me, it's more than that. Like I said, it's about my kids. And then I also, big picture would be that I could help more people, right, with the resources that they don't have, right? Other people specifically in the foster care and adoption community that are doing the hard work. They're the ones out there day to day dealing with a lot of these issues, but with limited resources. And I've had to live that for many years. I know how struggling it is. I know, you know, how to find some of those loopholes to get the resources, get the care that your kids need. But for newer foster parents, they don't know. And I would love to be able to help them with that. I would love to be able to give scholarships to families to help them find more respite, right? Training more people to provide respite for other foster parents because that is a valuable need for sure. But also providing scholarships for a large variety of things. Maybe it's a program that their kid really needs, but again, they can't afford it. Or maybe it is some scholarship program for a kid getting advanced education in a certain area, or the treatment. You know, I think about all the different kinds of treatment that we've been through with our kids, and I know a lot of other families are in the same boat, right? Where they go through occupational therapy, speech therapy, excuse me, physical therapy, developmental delays kind of therapy, sensories, ones that have to go through special programs for their diagnosis, that are required programs to get the right diagnosis for your kids, but again, are not covered by insurance and are very, very expensive. So this situation of, I want to do the best for my kids, I want them to have the best resources and education, and specifically for their trauma, therapy and psychiatry that is not covered by insurance, or the ones that are covered by insurance are very minimal and are really not the ones helping our kids. And so if you're just now joining me, this is my why. This is why I do Young Living. This is why I work hard every day as my side gig, right? And so I can share about the oils and everything that they do and how they've changed my life. Yes, put a pin in that. But also big picture for my family to be able to have the resources that they need. If you know a lot about foster care and trauma and how the brain works, this is not a one and done kind of a resource for them. This is something that they're probably going to struggle with for majority of their life. Except if you start their systems earlier, right? If they get the resources that they need earlier in their life, then they're able to do better. And that's in a lot of stuff, a lot of different areas, in speech, in education, in sensory, in physical therapy, everything. And so if we can give the resources that we need to our kids, again, whether you're in foster care or adoption community, hey, Nicole, then or not, I think that there are definitely resources that your kids need, your family needs, that you can't provide because they're not covered by insurance, or what is covered is not enough, or you can't afford it because it's out of pocket. I think we all can relate to that situation, and I think that's the biggest reason of my why. And then again, beyond that would be to help more in the foster care and adoption community, because there isn't a lot of resources, and the resources that are out there are not being publicized enough for everyone to be able to take advantage of. And even those resources are based on grants, based on something that's not permanent and that people can't rely on. And the work of being a foster and adoptive parent is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. There's a lot of emotion that goes into it, a lot of pain and tears as you hear some of these kids' stories and their situations and see what they struggle with day in, day out. And so my goal is to provide the resources that I can to my family, to the kids that really need it, and then to be able to provide scholarships or programs to people in the foster care and adoption community, foster parents, foster kiddos, adopted kiddos, whatever, to provide them with more resources and support. That is my why. That is why I do Young Living. That's why I work hard every day as a side gig. Hey, Sarah, right now. But you know what? I'm advancing quickly, and I enjoy doing that work every single day. And I can see how my team is growing, how they love the oils and all of those things. I'm just not even talking about the oils today. Really, I'm talking about why I continue to do it day in and out. I've had a lot of friends ask, why do the business if you can just enjoy the oils? And really, it's because I love the business, and the Young Living provides crazy amounts of bonuses and support and everything else that I need. If I was going to choose a side gig, it would be Young Living. So thank you so much, Kelly. That's sweet. So anyway, again, that's my why. I wanted to make sure that was really clear out there. I want to be able to help other moms, whether, again, foster care or adoption community or not, to be able to have an avenue to make extra money, to, if nothing else, at least be able to provide for their family better, to be able to just pay for their oils, whatever it may be. I want an avenue that is true and honest and great support. I want that for a lot of other moms that I know and families, because this is an avenue that I have grown so much in and wouldn't take it back at all. I love it. I love the process. So anyway, that's my why. I would love to hear what your why is and what you do every day in and out of your life. Yes, I'm still a sign language interpreter. Yes, I still love that, but this is my passion. This is why I wake up every morning, to be able to help other people find oils, find the answers that they need. Hey, Alexis, to be able to provide the resources that my kids need, but also provide resources in the future for other foster care adoption parents in that community. So I would love to hear what your why is every day. Why do you get up in the morning? Why are you passionate in what you do? Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.